So, yeah, just don't have words for to repair that. It's pretty hectic. Fucking hell. It's absolutely mangled. There's nothing about it that was left straight. Yeah, I'll sort it out, mate. Fucking hell. That, I don't even know how to get it in the light. That is absolutely, truly munted. How can someone even do that without snapping the tab frames off the bike? Pretty close already, man. Bit of tinkering, bit of straightening, a few measurements. Brace this up so it can't move. And I'll just cut them out. And I'll probably just wang you into fucking new bigger ones. I might have to get you to send me measurements. I'm not sure, I'll see, because I can't remember exactly the measurements. I might be able to just use my custom one and get them off that. But yeah. So this subframe was totally mangled. The only option was to cut it into two. Check to see if these are still good. As you can see, they're pretty perfect. So the options were now to cut it in half. Leave everything in place on one half so you know exactly where it's got to go back. Because of the issues with these where they all snap and twist, it's just because it hasn't got enough meat. So you put some meat in there and lengthen it, and I'll lift it up slightly as well so you don't have a horrible ugly lift kit in there. So because this is bigger, that is the original seating of where it goes. So I will just take that out on the higher side, weld it in, do that both sides, then that gives you your both sides of the the subframe, and then you will square it all up, make sure your measurements are correct for the distances at the tops and the bottoms. But then yeah, I also put less of an angle on them. That's the little KTM build going on at the minute. But yeah, I also put less of an angle on the seats, because as they are, when they're stock, the back end sits high, and that's fine if you've got a dirt bike because you can roll into the tank. But when you're on these with a piddly little seat, you don't want to be constantly fighting your weight, leaning forward all the time, because you're just going to get arm pump. So it's best to flatten it out a bit. I find 5mm does the trick. So yeah, the seat will go back slightly and up slightly, just to make more space on the bikes, but you won't notice it because it will be sneaky, because that's how I like to do it, so it all looks like it was built like that from the factory, not with bolt-on shit everywhere. So here it is, that beat up, mashed up subframe. Anybody that's seen it thought it was going to go in the bin. Here it is. So this is how you modify them. You'll see in the videos, you just cut out that section. You cut out that section and you add in some actual meat. 25 by 25 by 3. That stiffens it right up. You have to cut that out extra to accept it. When you cut it out, you can see the actual original place where it would have sat when they put it in from the actual cast. This one was mangled, so I had to repair the weld there. I haven't got a bike here other than mine, which is that one, and it is way too fancy to be stripping down to double check that everything's in the right place. So I just opted to leave that in and repair it. I opted to leave that one in and repair it. And then what you do is, because everybody has them horrible spacers for the lift kits, it just looks horrible and dislodges the look of the bike around here. So you add in a 25 by 25 at the front, and then you chop it down to 20 or under at the back, because it then lowers the back of the seat so it's not on a steep angle when you're riding, making you uncomfortable and lean forward on your arms all day. Yeah, that's it. And then you just, because obviously the Sur-Ron, everybody likes the seat a little bit further back. I'm going to leave this one for him to drill the holes, but I'd recommend putting them there and then there at the back, and then the seat just bolts in again, and off you go with a lifted bike, well, a lifted subframe without the lift kit, and move rearwards. And also you stiffen it up by joining that plate there where it cracks to that up here, so that also stops just this pivot point here. It shares the load onto the top of the mounts up here, so when you hit that, it pushes it onto there and shares it. So you've also got the rigidity of this and the rigidity of that. It's what you call a double whammy. Everything I make, I like to have more than one outcome and solve more than one problem, and there it is. Solid, no rock in that, not like the shitty stock ones. Once your seat's fitted on there, you can barely see any of that anyway because it comes down. You will see that bit there, but yeah, it's the same on mine, you can't really notice it. No rock whatsoever, straighter than it ever was. Massive, big. Solid now. Fucking do his little KM thing now. I know shit.